So we've probably seen all the hype around Wi-Fi 7, right? These promises of just mind-blowing speed. But what if I told you that the real story, the big breakthrough, isn't really about speed at all? In this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain on Wi-Fi 7, and I think what we find is going to surprise you.
All right, let's start with the big one. This is the number that's on all the boxes and in all the headlines. 46 gigabits per second. I mean, that is the theoretical top speed of Wi-Fi 7, and it just sounds like an absolute game changer.
But hang on a second. Let's be real. Do you actually need 46 gigabytes per second to scroll through social media or check your email? This constant race for bigger and bigger numbers might be making us miss the whole point of what we really need from our Wi-Fi.
So let's do this. Let's actually break that number down. Because as you're about to see, that 46 gigabit per second claim, well, it's a lot more myth than it is reality.
You know, if you look back at the history of Wi-Fi, it's pretty easy to see why we're so obsessed with speed. From Wi-Fi 5 to 6 to 6E, the numbers just keep going up, up, up. So, of course, 46 gigs for Wi-Fi 7 feels like the next logical step in the ladder, doesn't it?
Well, here's the catch. To get anywhere near that 46 gigabits per second number, you need to be in a perfect, sterile, lab-controlled environment. Out here in the real world, your phone can only handle a tiny fraction of that data. You've got interference from your neighbor's router, and oh yeah, your internet port is probably capped at 1 gigabits anyway. It's like owning a Formula 1 car and being stuck in rush hour traffic.
And if you needed one more reason to doubt the speed dream, here it is. The official standard was actually changed partway through, cutting that theoretical maximum speed in half. So, it is crystal clear that chasing this one giant speed number is just a distraction from what's really going on with Wi-Fi 7.
So if it's not about that single massive speed number, then what is the big deal here? Well, Wi-Fi 7 has a kind of hidden superpower, and it's way more important.
And that superpower has a name, multi-link operation, or MLO. Here's what it means. For the first time ever, a single device, your phone, your laptop, whatever, can connect to and use multiple Wi-Fi bands like 5 gigahertz and 6 gigahertz at the exact same time. Now that is the real game changer.
Okay, so how does this superpower actually work? Let's pop the hood on MLO for a second and see how it's completely rewriting the rules for wireless connections.
MLO basically has 3 incredible tricks up its sleeve. First, it can aggregate or combine the 2 connections to get way more speed for huge downloads. Second, it can steer traffic, instantly hopping to whichever band is less crowded to slash your lag. And third, for really important stuff, it can duplicate the data, sending it on both bands at once to guarantee it gets there with 0 failures.
A great way to think about it is like a really smart GPS for your data. The second it senses a traffic jam on one highway, MLO instantly reroutes everything onto a clearer, faster path. The best part? You'll never even notice it happened. It's just seamless.
And the real-world difference this makes is just stunning. So let's say you're on a really crowded network. With Wi-Fi 6, your latency might spike up to 145 milliseconds, which feels awful. But with Wi-Fi 7 and MLO, that exact same connection drops to just 18 milliseconds. That is an 85% drop in lag right when you need it the most.
So you see, it's not about being fast on average. It's about being consistently, predictably fast. For things like online gaming or virtual reality, a stable connection is way more important than one that's super fast 1 second and laggy the next. In the world of Wi-Fi 7, predictability is the new speed.
And this newfound reliability isn't just a small step up. It's really a foundational shift that's going to unlock a whole new generation of wireless technology.
Seriously, just imagine immersive AR and VR without that lag that makes you feel sick. Picture a smart factory where robots and sensors all move in perfect sync over a wireless network that just never, ever fails. Or think about a stadium with 50,000 people where everyone has a flawless connection. This is the future that Wi-Fi 7's reliability starts to make possible.
So to bring this all home, let's look at what's next. Because this big pivot away from just raw speed and toward reliability, this isn't a one-time thing with Wi-Fi 7. It's the new direction for everything wireless.
And if you need any more proof, just look at the actual name of the next standard, Wi-Fi 8. It's not called even higher throughput or anything like that. Its official name is ultra high reliability. I mean, the message from the industry couldn't be any clearer.
And this really says it all, doesn't it? The focus has completely shifted. It's no longer just about how much data you can push through the pipe. It's about how dependable, how consistent, how unbreakable that connection is.
So I'll leave you with this question. When basically our entire world runs on wireless, what really matters more? Having the highest possible top speed or having a connection that you know will never ever let you down? Something to think about.